So yesterday we learned few examples on events, mouse events, keyboard events. One example I will show you how we manage the keyboard events. So generally synthetic events example, synthetic events. So we have a mouse. So and keyboard events. Keyboard events, one small example I will show you. Later in various locations we can use them. First point means in reality where we use them. Suppose we are designing one application, React demo app. Okay. So let's put a component here in the components key demo. Mostly these JSX. Mostly these events are required for interactions, validations, majority of situation we use this. So export function key demo and we will return here. So I return this demo and I'm using key demo. Okay, let's start it. Okay, now it's empty currently. Okay, let's create a simple example here, key demo related. So we have data list, some data term. We are asking for user name. Now we need to set some validation for username. Input type text. We want some validation for username. This is a registration form. Suppose I'm giving a register user. So what is the requirement here is when user enters some username, I have to verify that username is not taken by somebody. If already username is taken, then it should say username is taken. Otherwise, it should say username available, right? So from where we will verify temporarily, we will verify from a JSON file. In the public folder, I will add a new file users.json. In this users JSON, we are having some user name. Username, some username is there. I will copy this name. 1, 2 is there. I'll copy this. So John here, NIT is there. So these are existing users. So now what is the point is when user is registering, we have to make sure that the user name is not any of these. That means user should not take any name which is present here in the database. So how it is verified, let's see. So here we need to get the user's information constant. So users set users is equal to use state. Users is an array of object with key. Username is a string type, so I will make it as what null. So function load users. we have to load users. How to load users? Axios get users.json dot then on success get the response set users response dot data. Okay. At the time of mounting, we will load the users. So I will load users. Load users. Okay, we are loading the users. Now, when user is typing user name, I should verify the name he is typing is not among the name which is available. And I need a status also. So constant set message and set message. This is user message. User message set user message. Okay. Is equal to use state. Initially, it is an empty string. User message is an empty string. We don't want any message. This message should display here. Here we want to display the message. User message. User message we are displaying below. Now, when user is typing, we need to collect the data. Here, remember the point. Here, we are not using two-way binding. Two-way binding means what? We will get the data from the source and attach to the text box. We will allow modification in the text box. But here we are not doing that. Just we are collecting data from where? Text box. So then it is not modifying any existing data. So here you don't need on change. When on change is required only when you are handling two-way. So here what we will do is we will have a function handle name change. So, or actually it is not name change, it is verify user. We will just put E. Whenever user types something inside the text box, collect it. Then we have to use on key up. We are using key up. On key up, verify user. Okay. Now here we have to check whether the value entered in the text box is matching with this users. So we have to verify every user inside users. Then in array, how you will find whether matching value is present or not. Array have a find method in JavaScript to find any value and return the value that is matching our condition. We have two methods. One is find, another one is filter. What find will do? It will return the first occurrence. What filter will do? All occurrences. So I will use here where this is nothing but one record. That means we are reading one item, anything, one item. How to get that item? Item is nothing but the matching user. How we can find the matching user? In users collection, we have to use find method because it is an array. Find user. What is that condition? If user dot what username is matching with e dot target dot value. That means whatever value you entered in text box, is it matching with the users inside that list? If it is matching with any username inside the list, it will get that and it will store in item. Remember, item contains the result of a find method. In JavaScript, find method returns either record or undefined. That means if user is not there, then what it will do, it will return undefined. Find command in JavaScript returns undefined if matching value not found. If matching value is found, it will return the value. If not found, it will return undefined. So that is find command in JavaScript. You see what is the result of item now? Either user or undefined. Now what we have to do, we have to verify if item means what? If it is present, right? I don't need that also. What we can do directly, that is required when you are verifying some password and other details also you are doing, that is required. Otherwise, you find that particular user. Or there is another technique. What is the technique? You can do like this, or traditional technique is read every user, verify username matching or not. Am I right? That means you can write a if for var, what is it? User of what? Users. So read every user. If user dot username is matching with a dot target dot value, you can use any condition. If it is matching, set user message as what? User username taken. Username taken. Try another. That means it is already taken. Try another. Otherwise, what we have to do else? Else we have to set user message as what? User name available. And important, after showing this message, it should not continue, then break. We have to break. Otherwise, it will check the second user and always message will be available, right? We need to break. Okay. Now that message already displayed below. So you see now here I am entering. So this div container fluid and fluid and padding 4. Okay, now I'm entering the username. I'm entering some username. It says username available and the John, and it says username taken. John 1 is available, but John 1 2 is taken. Not only that, styles also we can dynamically apply. How we can dynamically apply? If username is available, it should be green. If taken, it should be red. So we will put another constant. This is user class. Set user class. Use state. Here class name is empty. Now if username is taken, then set user class as what? Text danger. If a class name is available, if it is available, set user class as what? Text success. We need to apply the class to this data definition. Here we have to apply class name. Class name is dynamically coming from where? User class. So now it is fine. You entered, it is available and it is taken. It will display. That is generally done by using key up events. So majority these days, we prefer only key up because key press is remote. It is deprecated. Now the question is, many people are confused like why on change is not used, why it is allowing to type value. It is allowing to type value because it is only one way here now. What is one way? So from UI to the source, it is not two way. It is not two way. Two way means if it is binded with some value and you want to change the value, then it will not allow. Directly just taking value, you can use any event for that, right? Same you can handle for several options. Like what? Suppose one more example means little bit later we will implement in so many situations. First, I will teach you all the events, then we will design the shopping app, weather app, shopping app, we will design them. There we will implement these concepts. Okay. Now next, one more, I will show you how we can use little animations and effects if we want. Suppose we have password and we have input type is password. Now I need to verify password strength and I need to display whether password is strong or weak. That means for password, we have some restriction. The restriction is password must be 4 to 15 characters, at least one uppercase letter. We want some conditions like that. You learned how to write meta characters na? In JavaScript, how to validate. Same here, little bit effects also we will implement here. Suppose see, what I am doing is to display the strength of password. I am using here a div. Here I am using a class progress. Progress is used to display the strength of password. And I will put this data list class W25. Then it will fit like this. These we will put class form control. So this also class form control. Now they will be uniform. Now what is the point is when I am typing password, I want to show a bar here. That means we want to display a bar. Slowly increasing, decreasing, we want to display password strength, strong, weak, poor, like that we want to show. Let's see how. Remember, this is a Bootstrap progress bar. In Bootstrap, we have progress bars. We can use these progress bars with animation effects to show the status. All right. So what I am doing here in the progress bar here, we need to display the status. How the status is displayed, I will show here. First point is you need some values now. See, first value is we need to verify the password and password should match with some regular expression. In JavaScript, regular expressions are written using meta characters. So what we have to do is first collect the password. So we have a function verify. What is it? Password. Verify password E. Okay. I need to check whether password is matching my requirement or not. Then I will write a if condition E dot target dot value. Password is a string. It should match with my regular expression. Regular expression is written in double slash. So question mark equal dot star square a hyphen z. This is at least one and 4 comma 50. This is a regular expression in JavaScript to verify whether the password is alphanumeric and with underscore. Slash W means lowercase alphabet allowed, uppercase alphabet allowed, number is allowed, underscore is allowed. Slash W means 4 to 15. That means between 4 to 15 characters. 4 to 15 characters and at least one uppercase letter is compulsory. This pattern indicates at least one uppercase letter is required. These are all HTML things. Okay, in HTML, you have learned patterns. HTML, JavaScript will teach you these patterns. Okay, now if it is matching, what should happen? If not matching, what we have to do is we will check one more condition. If E dot target dot value dot length is less than 4, that means not matching minimum also. Else, okay. Here, if it is matching, this means strong. Na? If it is less than 4, this is poor because it is not matching minimum requirement also. It is greater than 4, but still uppercase is not there. Then this is for weak, weak password. So what we will do is, we will show the strength in a graphical way. That means you see here, we are using generally in Bootstrap, the progress bar, this progress bar, inside the progress, this is a progress bar. That progress bar is controlled with style. It is controlled with style width. We have to control with width. So here I will just put is, so constant, this is progress width. Okay. Just for you to understand, set progress width is equal to use state. And this is what initially it is empty. It's nothing is there. Now what should happen if it is strong password? Set progress width to 100%. Progress width to 100%. If it is poor password, set progress width to how much? 50%. 50 of poor means 30%. 30. Weak means I will give set progress width. Set progress width to how much? So it is some 80% I will give. Weak is 80% or 70% we will give. Actually, this is style object. Style object means you can just put as object na. In that we need to control what? Width. Width is how much? So empty. The width is currently empty. That means we are expecting what? Null. Now here you can apply now like an object. If I need to apply here, we have to apply. What is it? Width. Width is how much? 100%. So here also same. So width is some 30%. And here width is, it's an object, width is 70%. I'm using this. Now see, now I want to put the progress here. Style. It will get the progress width. Right. Now see what will happen. I will click and I'm typing. I need to connect verify password to this text box now. That means on, key up, key up. What is it? Verify password. And you can see it is showing enter, and it has to display there. Now what is the problem is, on here it should get the value and verify. Some issue is there. Progress width I need to put here. Okay, progress width is color is not there. We will apply some colors also. That means some effects we need to apply for that, because progress requires some classes also. So actually this progress will have a class called, if I give simply progress bar, am I right? It needs a class progress bar. You see now it will show like this. Now I entered here, it is showing something. This is minimum. This is poor password. Now it is weak password. Why it is still weak password? Because only alphanumeric, at least one uppercase letter you entered, automatically it will convert to the strong. That is the strength. We can change colors, effects, and we can apply them. So we can add them. If I remove uppercase letter, it is weak. If I remove this, then minimum 4 characters I am removing, then it will become poor. Right? We can display the strength by using Bootstrap. Minimum 4 characters. Now it is strong. One uppercase letter, then it is strong. Colors we can apply by using the classes. Actually, this class name can have more classes if you want colors. What are the more classes is different classes we want. What are different classes? See, first it will use binding expression. We will use a backtick, and with the backtick, we will apply first class progress bar is compulsory, and progress bar stripped. Progress bar stripped also compulsory. Stripped is also compulsory. Progress bar animated. Animated is also compulsory. Color we have to get dynamically. Okay. I will give here another one. Constant. So we have strength color. Okay. Set strength color. Set strength color is equal to, what is it? Use state. And the strength color, initially it is empty. Nothing is there. Now what should happen when it is 100? Strength color we will put as BG success. Background success. Huh? And when it is poor, strength color we will keep as BG. This is danger. Danger we will apply. Huh? And here strength color, it is what? BG warning. Okay. Now this strength color we need to add to this progress bar. Huh? Here dynamically we have to add, what is it? Strength color. That means now see what happens. You are entering the password. It shows this one. So BG success is not working. Why? Strength color. Set strength color. Huh? Set strength color. Not strength color. Na? Everywhere it is which one? Set strength color. Okay. Set strength color. Okay. Set strength color. Fine. Now you can see here, I am entering, it is red. So minimum 4 characters. Now it is weak. And one uppercase letter, then it is strong. We can change colors. We can even put a text inside also. That means we can show the text. It is poor or it is weak. What is the problem we can show? Inside we can show, below we can show. That means what is that? If I remove minimum uppercase letter, then it is weak. I remove this, then it is, so this is poor, right? So we can add lot of conditions into this. We can put message also. Message your wish. You can put message inside the progress bar. You can put, or we can put the message outside the progress bar. So for example, for that again, message also required. Na? That means constant password message. Set password message is equal to use state empty. And what should be the password message? It depends on your condition. If it is success, set password message as strong password. And if it is danger, set password message as what? Poor password. And if it is, yeah, set password message as what? Weak password. Okay. And where you want to show? I want to show here. So we will use password message. And one more color is text white. Okay. And you see now when I'm entering here, it will show poor password, weak password, strong password. We can put message, we can put colors, we can put effects. I'm using progress bar of Bootstrap. In your HTML also, there is a progress bar. HTML have elements called progress bar. HTML have element called meter. You know, you can use meters, progress bars of HTML and display, but they are not very attractive. because in HTML, when you learnt your HTML have your HTML is having a progress now. HTML progress bar is like this. This is HTML progress. Instead of that, you can put HTML have a meter. Meter can have min. So min is 1, max is 100, value is suppose 100, and you can see meter comes like this. Actually, in meter, you can put low. So we can put low is equal to 20. So high we can put as suppose 80. And you can see there is a low. If I put low as some 60, 80, then it will be red. The colors will be changing based on values. This is HTML. In HTML also we have, but these are not very attractive in HTML because they are plain. They don't have strip animated like. So for better animation, you can use these bootstrap options, right? HTML have meter, you can use it. HTML have progress bar, you can use it, but they are not very effective. We can try with these options. So this is just to show you example with what keyboard. Later in so many examples, I will use them. Okay. Next, I will show one simple example here. I will copy this key demo dot .jsx. This is key demo dot .jsx. I hope you understood. So we have mouse events. Another one we have keyboard events. Next important in the events we are having different category of events. We have button events. Button events. What are the button events we have? Generally, button events we are having on click is a button event. On double click is an event. On context menu is an event. On select start is an event. These are important button events. So in JavaScript, actually double click is DBL click. It is not double click. But here synthetic event name is double click. So we can handle actions on events. Click is single click, double click 2 times you click. Context menu is right click. Right click is context menu. Select start is dragging. Hold down the button and drag. That is called as what? Select start. And generally we use in different places. Mostly one situation is click everywhere you will use, right? So later you will see that double click is, for example, click everywhere we are going to use it. Don't worry about that. So double click is nothing but, suppose let's add, button demo. .jsx. So export function button demo. So it will return. So here I will put, for example, we are having some image. iPhone Pinka. Yeah. Suppose we are having some image. So image source is it is iPhone pink.png. Okay, this is button demo is in the startup. Is in the startup. This is the image we are having. And here I will keep width is some 50. Height is also 50. And I will keep, so double click to view large. Suppose like this we are using. Generally, when we open any websites and all, they show ads, advertisements, they pop up automatically. We can do pop up also, but double click, it should open. Then what we have to do is we have to write a function. So handle double click. On double click, we need to open that particular photo in a separate window. And general DOM cannot do it. So means virtual DOM cannot do it, because virtual DOM cannot directly deal with Windows. So it can be done with actual DOM. Such options mandatory, we have to deal with actual DOM only. So what we do in JavaScript and HTML, you learned in HTML, you learned links. There you might have learned how to open link in a new tab, how to open link in a new window, how to open link in the same tab, same window, same page along with other contents. They are all HTML things. When you learned double click means open in a new window. How to open in a new window is we have to use window.open. Window.open file name. What is the file name? iPhone pink.png. And what should be the title of this? Title is iPhone. And what should be its width and height on screen window? Width I will give as suppose 300 and height as 400, like this. That's it. Now on image handle, on double click handle double click. Actually in JavaScript it is DBL click. Here in synthetic events it is double click. Now see what happens. And remember, it is abnormal in behavior because browser should support Windows. Some browsers, what they do, they block the pop-up windows. That means they will not allow the pop-up windows to open. Then you see when I double click in this, it opens in a window correctly. That means when I double click, it opens in the window correctly. But in many browsers, sometimes it may open in a tab. If it is open in a tab, don't think that it is not working. It is working, but your browser is blocking. In the browser settings, you need to go to pop-up settings, and in that you have to select option allow pop-ups. If you do, then only it will open, otherwise it will not open. This depends on browser settings. Browser compatibility issues will come. So this is double click, it is opening in a new window. So that is generally ads and all. We can, many times people ask, can I open multiple windows? You can open. You can write multiple photos to open on double click, but carefully browser should support. Sometimes browsers will block multiple windows because you see, actually browsers are intelligent and good enough these days to manage your privacy. Earlier, so when we open any website, 20, 30 ads will open, pop. Even today, several websites open like that, right? But now your browsers are good enough that they are controlling them. Earlier, we have to manually control them. That's big headache. But now it's good. So that's the reason many pop-ups may be blocked. So if it is opening in a new tab, don't think that it is not working. It is working. Your browser have issue. Try in another browser, then it will see. So this is double click. Context menu select start also very famous in interviews they ask. So what they ask in interview is, so here one more is, for security reason, So this is highly confidential. So it is highly confidential. And what we don't want anybody to right click here. Huh? Currently, anybody can right click now. That means, for example, here I will put a message, right click not allowed on this page. So in JavaScript, you already learned how to disable right click in the page. We should not allow right click in the page. That's a very common requirement. In JavaScript, what you learned in JavaScript, if you want any element, any event to block, not to work, you have to write a function for that event which returns false. If you write any event for JavaScript event, you write any function which returns false, that event will be blocked. That event will not work. In JavaScript, any event can be disabled by using a function that returns false. So what we will do is, remember, right click, double click, all are not virtual DOM. They are all related to actual DOM. So what I have to do is, anywhere right click on the main div, I will write a function handle context menu. What this handle context menu have to do is, inside window, anywhere in the document, it should not allow to right click. So we have to use a document dot on context menu. On context menu. Document dot on context menu is equal to, on context menu is equal to, it is a function. What that function will do, it will put an alert. Alert says that right click disabled or right click not allowed. After that, it should return false. If any event is written with return false, that event will block. That event will not work. That and why we have to use document context menu? Because suppose on div we are writing, what is it, on context menu, handle which one, context menu. That means this is a synthetic event. This synthetic event cannot block your browser window. Then what it should do, this synthetic event should fire up. It will call the actual DOM event. Actual DOM event name is same, document dot on context menu. It will call that event and it will disable it. Otherwise, virtual DOM don't have a window. Virtual DOM don't have a window. It will have just a body which will add into the window. So what will happen now, whenever you try to right click, it says right click not allowed. It's not working now. That means right click is not working here. Right? This is general in JavaScript. Disabling cut copy, disabling right click, all these we generally do by writing a function which will return false. It's a very common question. Not only this, we should not even allow to select. Currently I am able to select now. I should not allow to select also. If I should not allow to select, again, these are one biggest issue is JavaScript, HTML, CSS from more than 30 years they are present, but still the problem, browser compatibility. Browser compatibility means in every browser the behavior will not be same. That's big headache. Then what developer have to write is, for every browser he need to write a logic. That means we need to check, if browser is this, do this. If browser is that, do that. That's the reason you might have seen several websites. Every majority of websites at the bottom of screen in their footer, they will say that this website is best viewed on this particular browser. They will mention the browser version numbers also. Have you seen a? Right? Check major websites at the bottom in the footer. They give majority banking sites compulsory. And you complaint on them saying that I am trying to open your bank site and it is not working. So they will simply say use another browser. Right? So some browsers are secured, they don't allow, then they will block. So the browser issues will come. So if it is not working on your browser, check in another browsers. Don't come to a conclusion that your code is not working. Am I right? Yeah. So here how to disable context menu is context menu. Okay. You see we have a function. So handle selection. Handle selection is a function. What it should do is document dot on select start. On select start is a function. This function should return false. This is shortcut to return false. Right? I'm using a arrow technique to return false. If I don't want to show any alert directly, I can write like this. Okay. Now here on the div on on select start, on select start is there. I think on select start directly in virtual DOM, they don't have handle selection. So here it is. Okay. Now I'm trying to select, it's not there. On select, it is working. This, the event is not available. On select is there. On select is there. On select. So it is working fine. Then we have to use one alternative technique for that. I will show you. Because this virtual DOM is not having an event called what? Select. Virtual DOM is not having an event. And here, suppose I'm using on select start. So this is handle selection. And click, it's working. So we will use some alternative for this then. Okay. I told you already. So it depends on browser compatibility. Yeah. Actually, you see, I will show you. This is handle selection. Its original function is this one. What is it? On select. Let's see, select capture is there. On select capture, handle what? Selection. No. So they don't have any event for that. We will do one thing. See, means just I will show you the concept here. Where is it? In general process, I will show you in the body. Suppose we have heading selection not allowed. Okay. Currently, you can see selection is allowed now. We need to disable that. We have to write event on select start is equal to return. What is it? False. And actually better it is written in a function. Rough F1 I will give. Here we will write a script. Function is F1 document dot what? On select start. It is there. It function should return what? False. Okay. You see now here, I select here, it's not working now. I'm dragging, it's not working. Selection is not working. Right click is working because we haven't written on context. Actually, it is there, but the problem is compatibility issues. If you don't want this to happen, then in React Angular like technologies, we need to go with some third-party plugins. And we have to use those plugins. That in next level, I will show how to use additional third parties for various purpose. We will see that, right? So any event, if you want to disable, then what to do? So if you want to disable any event, make sure that this I will remove. This I will show you with any alternative plugin. Another plugin will be there. We will use it. So any event, how you can disable by using what? Right. So here one important point. So can handle button events can handle various interactions. They can handle various interactions, but require actual DOM methods, DOM events to manage browser actions, but requires actual DOM events to manage browser actions. That means document dot on context menu. So document dot on select start like this. Later you will see document dot on cut on copy like that. Another point, you can disable any event by configuring a function that returns false. By configuring a function that returns false. Syntactically, we have a function. This function should use actual DOM event. That actual DOM event function will return false. That's the approach. Original DOM we cannot use everywhere. Virtual DOM you cannot use everywhere. That's the reason in the beginning itself I told you that many technologies are not satisfied with virtual DOM. And Angular like people, they say that we use actual DOM. Right? React says that we use virtual DOM. They have their own drawbacks and issues. And what is the solution? If virtual DOM is not managing, then you have to use a lot of third parties. Using them, we have to implement. So these are the button events. We have keyboard events, another one button. One simple example I will copy. This is button event. On context menu, I removed a on context menu is equal to handle context. Okay. This is example button demo dot what JSX. That is button demo dot JSX. I hope you are clear. Right. Now we have some more events that we will see in next sessions. Because today many people are not available, we will stop here. Okay. So then our next session will be on 17, 19, 19. Okay. Next session will be on 19, next Monday. Okay. Right. By this time you practice all this, right? And if you have any issues after the practice on 19 and 19 or 20, we will conduct one doubt session. In the doubt session, all these days, whatever you learned, you practice. If you have any issues, then on that day, we will clarify all the issues. Then we will proceed to next. Okay. During these holidays, you try all these actions. Okay. Right. Yeah.